Very good morning, student. Let me start today physics class. The topic name is Young's double slit experiment. From your 7th lesson, Wave Optics. The topic name is Young's double slit experiment. So, experimental setup. There are two slits here. There are two slits S1 and S2 placed certain distance from the screen. Here S1 and S2 kept equidistance from source. Here this is the source. Source S as shown in this figure. The width of each slit is, this is very important, the width of each slit is about 0.03 millimeter and they are separated by a distance of 0.3 millimeter here. As S1 and S2 are equidistant from S, the same wavefront is cut by S1 and S2 here. This is a cut by S1 and S2. The light waves at S1 and S2 are in phase. So, S1 and S2 act as coherent sources. Which is the requirement for obtaining interference pattern. So, wavefronts from S1 and S2 separated out and overlap on the other side of the double slit. When a screen is placed at a distance, here this is the screen, placed at a distance of about 1 meter from the slit, alternate bright and dark fringes which are equally spaced appear on the screen. These are called, this is very important children, these are called interference fringes or bands. Using an eyepiece, the fringes can be seen directly. At the center point O on the screen, the waves from S1 and S2 travel equal distances and arrive in phase. These two waves constructively interfere and a bright fringes is observed at O. Here, this is the bright fringes observed by O. At the center point O on the screen, the waves from S1 and S2 travel equal distance arrive in this. These two waves constructively interfere and a bright fringes is observed at O. This is called central bright fringes. When one of the slit is closed, the fringes disappear and there is uniform illumination on the screen. This shows clearly that the bands are due to interference. So, the central part of the screen which is obtained the white fringes, that means bright fringes. Equation for path difference. The schematic diagram of the experimental setup is shown in this figure. This is the figure. Here S1 and S2 placed at a certain distance, it is represented small d, and the screen is parallel to the slit. The screen is placed parallel to the slit. So, let d be the distance between the double slit S1 and S2, which acts the coherent source of the wavelength lambda. A screen is placed parallel to the double slit. At a distance, it is represent capital D from it. The midpoint of S1 and S2, this is midpoint of S1 and S2 is called C. Midpoint of S1 and S2 is C, and the midpoint of the screen O is equidistant from S1 and S2. P, this point P is any point at a distance Y. Yeah, this is the Y from O. The waves from S1 and S2 meet at a point either in in phase or out of phase, depending upon the path difference. Here this is the path difference between the two waves. Now the path difference del between the light waves from S1 and S2 to the point P is del is equal to S2P minus S1P. S2P minus S1P. A perpendicular is dropped. Here this is the line. Perpendicular is dropped from the point S1 to the line S2. P. At M, to find the path difference more preciously. Now the path difference is del is equal to S2P minus MP. Here let me minus the term S2P minus S2M means which gives S2P minus MP means which is gives S2M. Here the path difference is S2M. Del is equal to S2M. So S2P minus MP is equal to S2M. The angular position of the point P from C is theta. Angle OCP, here this is the angle OCP, it is represent theta. So angle OCP is equal to theta. From the geometry, the angles OCP and angle S2 S1M are equal. Here angle OCP and S1M S2, both the angles are equal. So angle OCP is equal to angle S2 S1M is equal to theta. In right angle triangle S1 S2M, triangle S1 S2M, here this triangle S1 S2M, the path difference S2M is equal to d sin theta. Path difference S2M is equal to d sin theta, because sin theta is equal to opposite side by hypotenuse. So opposite side is S2M, hypotenuse part is d. Here S1 S2 is the hypotenuse part. So S2M opposite side S2M divided by d is equal to sin theta. So S2M is equal to d sin theta. Rearrange the equation. S2M is equal to d sin theta. So del is equal to d sin theta, because already we know the value of S2M. S2M can be written as del. So S2M can be written as del is equal to d sin theta. Here if the angle theta is small, sin theta is approximately is equal to tan theta. It is approximately is equal to theta. From the right angle triangle OCP, tan theta is equal to y by d. OCP. What is the formula for the tan theta? Tan theta is nothing but opposite side divided by adjacent side. Opposite side is OP divided by adjacent side is OC. OC is represent D, capital D. OP it is represent Y. So that is why tan theta is equal to Y by D. The path difference del is equal to dy divided by capital D. Small d y divided by capital D. The path difference delta is equal to dy divided by capital D. So this formula from this step, del is equal to d sin theta. Here sin theta can be written as theta. So tan theta, sin theta, tan theta is similarly is equal to theta. So this is the value of theta. So tan theta value is y by d. So here theta can be replaced as y by d. Here this sin theta can be replaced as y by d. So that is why del is equal to dy by capital D. dy divided by capital D. So based on the condition of the path difference, the point P may have a bright or dark fringes. So this is very important point. Based on the conditions of the path difference, the point P may have bright or dark fringes. So based on the condition of the path difference, so here this is the path difference, S2P minus S1P, which gives the S2M. S2M is nothing but del. This is the path difference. So based on the condition of the path difference, the point P may have a bright or dark fringes. So conditions for bright fringes are maxima. The condition for the point P to have a constructive interference or be a bright fringes. So, conditions for a point P, this point P to have a constructive interference means be a bright fringes. So, the formula for the bright fringes means path difference del is equal to n lambda. N is equal to 0, 1, 2. So, dy divided by d, capital D is equal to n lambda, because already we know the value of del. Del is equal to dy by d, capital D. So, here substituting the value of del. So, dy divided by capital D is equal to n lambda. Here y is equal to, here in this equation, y is equal to n into lambda capital D divided by small d, or y of nth term is equal to n into lambda capital D divided by small d. This is the condition for the point P to have a bright fringe. The distance yn is the distance of the nth bright fringe from the point O. Say here, this is the condition of the for the point P to have a bright fringes. The distance yn, nth term, is the distance of the nth bright fringes from the O, point O. Condition for dark fringe or minima. Condition for dark fringe or minima. What is the condition? The condition for the point P, here this point P may have destructive interference. P to have a destructive interference be a dark fringes. The formula is path difference del is equal to 2n minus 1 into lambda by 2. This formula is very, very important for your objective type as well as the detailed question answer. Please note it down, children. Dark fringes, condition of path difference for the dark fringes del is equal to 2n minus 1 into lambda by 2. Conditions for the path difference for bright fringes del is equal to n lambda. So now here n is equal to 1, 2, 3. So the equation can be written as dy divided by capital D is equal to 2n minus 1 into lambda by 2. So what is the value of y? Y is equal to, in this step we get 2n minus 1 divided by 2 into lambda d, capital D divided by small d, or y nth term is equal to 2n minus 1 divided by 2 into lambda capital D divided by small d. So now this is the condition for the point P to have a dark fringes. So the distance yn is the distance of the nth dark fringe from the point O. The formation of bright or dark fringes is shown in this figure. This is the formation of bright and dark fringes. This is a bright fringes or constructive interference diagram. This is for dark or destructive interference diagram. So now this is to show that on the screen alternate bright and dark fringes are seen on either side of the central bright fringes. The central bright is referred as zeroth bright, that means O, zeroth bright followed by the first dark and first bright and then second dark and second bright and so on either side of O successfully as shown in this figure. So now this is the equation for bandwidth. Equation for bandwidth. This is very, very important. 2 mark question. Please note it down, children. The bandwidth beta, the symbol is beta, is defined as the distance between any two consecutive bright or dark fringes. Once again repeat, the bandwidth beta is defined as the distance between any two consecutive bright or dark fringes is called bandwidth. So the distance between n plus 1th term and nth consecutive bright fringes from O is given by, this is very, very important formula, children. Please note it down. This is very, very, very important formula for your objectives as well as the 2 mark problem as well as 5 mark problem also. Beta is equal to y into n plus 1 minus yn is equal to n plus 1 into lambda d divided by small d minus n into lambda capital D divided by small d. This is very, very important point, children. The next, beta for bright. So this formula also very important. Beta is equal to lambda d divided by small d. Similarly, the distance between n plus 1th and nth consecutive dark fringes from O is given by beta is equal to y into n plus 1 minus yn is equal to 2 into n plus 1 minus 1 into lambda d divided by 2d minus 2n minus 1 into lambda d divided by 2d. Beta for dark, beta is equal to lambda d divided by small d. From equation 7.31 here and 7.32, we understand that the bright and dark fringes are of same width, equally spaced on either side of the central bright fringes. Then condition for obtained clear and broad interference fringe. The distance d, capital D, between the screen and the double slit should be as large as possible. So this is very, very important condition to obtain the bright and dark fringes from the double slit. So distance d, capital D, between the screen and the double slit should be as large as possible. Second point is the wavelength lambda of light used must be as long as possible. Once again repeat, wavelength lambda of light used must be as long as possible. The next third one is the distance small d between the two slits must be as well as possible. So this question is very, very important. 5 more question, that is the detailed question answer from your 7th lesson. The topic name is Young's double slit experiment. Thank you very much, children.